Hi, I'm Sean, hope you're all doing well, and welcome to your cosmic forecast for the week of October 13th to the 19th. I deal with the two main transits, both happening on Monday, and then look at each sign. Please also look at my Venus video for extra detail for the month. I'll share the link below the video. Pluto has been retrograde since May 4th, quietly stirring the pot beneath the surface. Think of it like a pressure cooker of transformation, slow and deeply internal. You may have spent the past few months revisiting themes of power, control, and personal evolution, often in ways that felt subtle but emotionally charged. You may not actually have felt this, but it was simmering below the surface. Now, as Pluto stations and turns direct in Aquarius on October 13th, the lid comes off. The intensity of this shift is palpable, and this you will feel, especially for those sensitive to Pluto's movements. You might feel a sudden urge to take charge, speak up, or make bold moves in areas where you've previously felt stuck or silenced. Over the coming weeks and months, this energy becomes more externalized. Instead of brooding over changes that feel imposed, we're more likely to say, right, let's fix this, and actually do something about it. It's a cosmic green light for taking initiative, reshaping your life, and stepping into your own authority. So how could this play out, you might be thinking? You might finally quit that job that's been draining your soul and start a project that lights you up. A long-standing friendship could shift dramatically, either deepening or dissolving, based on new truths. Maybe you could feel called to speak out on a social issue, even if you've stayed quiet before. Or maybe you'll just rearrange your furniture and realize it was symbolic of a bigger internal shift. Also on October 13th, Venus glides into Libra, her celestial home, where she's not just comfortable, she's radiant. This is very positive for us all, and the international stage where things could hopefully resolve themselves. This is Venus at her most elegant and socially savvy. After her stint in Virgo, where love was practical, Libra asks us to soften and look for mutual understanding. I feel this transit is all about fairness in relationships. At work, at home, the context will depend on which house is activated, so listen to your sign. The energy this week is the equivalent of lighting candles, putting on your favorite playlist, and having a heart-to-heart over wine and chocolates. Venus in Libra reminds us that love is an art and that balance is key. Let's look at each sign. Hi Aries, Pluto stations direct in your 11th house, reigniting your drive to reshape your social circles and long-term goals. You're ready to take bold steps toward your dreams, especially those involving community or collaboration. Venus in Libra activates your relationship sector, making this a week of magnetic charm and romantic potential. You might finally launch that group project, or charm your way into a new connection that feels fated. Wishing you a wonderful week. Hi Taurus, Pluto turns direct in your 10th house, bringing momentum to your career and public image. If you've been quietly planning a professional shift, now's the time to act. Venus in Libra enhances your daily routines, making work and wellness feel more graceful. You could negotiate a raise while sipping herbal tea, or revamp your schedule to include more beauty and balance. Hi Gemini, Pluto stations direct in your 9th house, urging you to take control of your beliefs, education, and travel plans. Venus in Libra lights up your creative and romantic zone, making this a week for flirtation and joyful spontaneity. You might, for example, book a spontaneous trip or go on a wonderful date night. Wishing you a great week. Hi Cancer, Pluto goes direct in your 8th house, intensifying themes of sex, shared resources, and emotional transformation. Venus in Libra brings harmony to your home and family life, encouraging heartfelt conversations and cozy connections. You could have a breakthrough talk with a loved one, or redecorate your space to reflect your emotional growth. Wishing you a wonderful week. Hi Leo, Pluto stations direct in your 7th house, making relationship dynamics more direct and transformative. Venus in Libra enhances your communication sector, helping you express yourself with charm and clarity. You now have the power to mend any rifts in your social circle. Give it a try. Also, you might deliver a powerful speech, or write a message that mends a rift and opens new doors. Wishing you a great week. Dear Virgo, Pluto turns direct in your 6th house, pushing you to take control of your health, habits, and work life. Venus in Libra activates your money second house, bringing opportunities for increased income and self-worth. This really is good money energy. 'Tis week you could start a wellness routine that feels luxurious, or find a creative way to boost your earnings. Wishing you a prosperous week. Hi Libra, Pluto stations direct in your 5th house, reigniting your passion for creativity, romance and self-expression. Venus enters your sign, making you the cosmic favorite this week. Charming, radiant, and ready to attract what you desire. You might fall in love with a new hobby, or turn heads at a social event without even trying. Use this charm cleverly. Hi Scorpio. This week, Pluto stations direct in your 4th house, the realm of home, family, and emotional roots. If you've been feeling like your inner world has been under construction since May, you're not wrong. Pluto retrograde may have stirred up ancestral patterns, family dynamics, or deep emotional truths that needed excavation. Now, as Pluto moves forward, you're ready to rebuild with intention. You might feel a strong urge to redecorate your spaces to reflect how you feel right now. You might also set firmer boundaries with family members. Be careful how you do this, as there could be some conflict here. Meanwhile, Venus enters Libra, activating your 12th house of spirituality, dreams, and hidden healing. This is a beautiful transit for emotional release, forgiveness, and quiet reflection. You may find yourself drawn to soft music, candlelit baths, or journaling sessions that feel like therapy. This week is less about outward hustle and more about inner work. Let go of what no longer serves you emotionally, and allow Venus to guide you gently back to peace. Hi Sagittarius, Pluto stations direct in your 3rd house, sharpening your mental focus and communication. Venus in Libra enhances your social life, making group projects and friendships especially rewarding. You might start a blog or podcast, or meet someone inspiring at a community event. Hi Capricorn, Pluto turns direct in your 2nd house, bringing transformational energy to your finances and values. Expect delays to end. Venus in Libra lights up your career sector, helping you navigate professional matters with grace and charm. You could negotiate a raise with elegance, or redefine your goals based on what truly matters to you. Hi Aquarius, Pluto stations direct in your 1st house, marking a personal turning point. You're ready to embody the changes you've been working on internally. Venus in Libra activates your 9th house, inspiring travel, learning, and philosophical exploration. You might reinvent your look this week, or sign up for a course that shifts your worldview. Wishing you a wonderful week. Hi Pisces. This week, Pluto stations direct in your 12th house, stirring the depths of your subconscious and spiritual awareness. You may feel like you've emerged from an emotional fog, ready to integrate the inner work you've been quietly doing since May. This is a powerful time for healing old wounds, releasing limiting beliefs, and tapping into your intuitive gifts. Expect vivid dreams, déjà vu moments, and flashes of insight that seem to come from nowhere, but land exactly where they're needed. Meanwhile, Venus enters Libra, activating your 8th house of intimacy, shared resources, and emotional merging. This transit brings a gentle touch to deeper connections, whether romantic, financial, or psychological. You're invited to explore vulnerability not as weakness, but as a gateway to trust and transformation. A conversation with a partner or close friend could lead to a new way of managing shared finances. Maybe you finally agree on a joint budget, or discover a mutual investment that excites you both. Wishing you a wonderful week.